Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in to the Shana's B podcast show. I thank you guys so much for keeping our podcast trending. We have been one of the trending podcasts with the platform that we have been with for a few months now, and I am forever grateful to have a trending topic that a lot of people, a lot of our listeners are able to relate to. I try to speak on the truth of situations and what I've encountered and things that I've went through and try to give my view or outlook or just basically break down in so many ways just my view. My opinion is my opinion. I want you guys to understand that. And what may work for me or what may have failed for me is not your destiny or your outcome of your situation. We must learn to grasp what is in fact our reality and not what we want it to be. And once we are able to cope, understand, face, deal with, embrace the reality that we're living in, then the hope or the fairy tale or the desire or the lingering around hoping for change that is not going to come. It's not going to be the change that you are expecting. Today is episode 26 of Cheyenne's Beat Podcast Show. I thank you guys for also coming on to our YouTube page and looking at our videos. You're able to listen to the show as we are airing on YouTube. I'm so thankful for all the platforms that we are using to be able to get our podcast out there. I thank you guys so much. So let's get into the topic. Normally, you guys know I play a little music to start us off, and I've been playing music such as my daughter's music because I have permission. To be honest, I own the rights to all the masters, so I can play her music. I'm getting ready to start a second podcast on top of that. This is the love and relationship episodes. I'm going to do independent artists episodes where I play different independent artists that are looking to get their music played because we are taking this podcast to an awesome. I've been a member for 3 months now. An awesome studio that assists with different recording artists and different podcast hosts. And there we will be able to put all of the finishing touches and things that are needed onto our show. Right now, I'm currently podcasting from my own equipment, my own setup, and things at home. And I enjoy doing it because it allows me to be able to gain understanding for not only the topic I'm speaking on for others, but for me as well. And today's topic, which is up episode 26, is basically, can you handle the truth of your position in another's life? You know, I'm going to start off with saying, money can be the roots of all evil. I never doubted that one quote biblically, and I strongly agree. It can destroy what shouldn't be destroyed. It can conflict, confuse, and it can hinder. It can prevent. You know, some people are so afraid that they are going to be used that they shut down. Some people are so frivolous that they become victims of their own desire to be viewed as someone that can be dependable in another's life, but that is not how they see it. They view it as an easy target. They view it as someone who is weak and vulnerable to love, to the fact that you basically can use that person at the advantage of yourself, not realizing that this is just somebody who's trying to show you that unlike others that you have had in your life, they're just basically trying to be there in a way that you deserve somebody to be there for you because of the person that they see in you. Maybe they see that spark. Maybe they see that special person that they feel others have looked over. Maybe they feel that it's your time. As couples, you have to be able to understand that there's going to be times where one of you guys are up and the other one is not as in a higher position financially or things of that sort or successfully as you may be. And then you may have times where you guys are excelling on the same plane, the same level together. You guys may move different and you may do different things with the level of your blessings, but you guys are blessed together. You know, I don't think people understand like the way spiritually they're being spoken to. Like 3 years ago, I would have never thought that I would be here at a place where I have found my peace within myself. I have learned so much about myself. And even with my flaws, I've learned to check myself on my flaws and try to correct them. But I think sometimes when we are basically in a certain way about ourselves, we kind of we kind of look over certain behaviors that we should try to correct. You know, just because you're used to routine don't make the routine right. Just because you used to do things a certain way doesn't mean that it's always right. It may be right for the moment and it may work for the moment, but when you become tied in with someone else or connecting with someone else, you kind of have to bend, you kind of have to curve some of your ways and some of the way you move, the way you deal, the way you are kind of, I would say stubborn. You have to let loose a little bit because if you don't let no one in, how could you ever say that you gave love a chance? If you're always on guard. And I think for me, for a long time, I had been hurt for so long. I became on guard. And being on guard is kind of funny because you don't be intended to. And sometimes it leave you regret afterwards. But once you hurt someone, they don't see that afterwards. They don't understand. They don't even see your remorse for it. You know, hurt people sometimes tend to hurt people. And I have been that hurt person that have hurt people. And it wasn't fair. You know, it wasn't. But when you've been hurt or you don't let people in, you know, on different times and you've been, and it seems like a repeated cycle of pain, you tend to build up a wall and become aggressive. And I wanted to try to give advice tonight on ways to not allow that to affect you. What happened in your past just cannot come in your present or your future. I told my kid's father a few days ago, almost a week, because it's been almost a week that he has not called to even check on his kids, which, you know, he's a good father. So this is not to slander him as a father, but this is just to show volume when you know it's time to put your foot down. When you're moving towards the future, once you are moving towards the future, you cannot, and I mean this wholeheartedly, hold on to the past. You can't entertain it. There must be boundaries and respect. Because guess what? Although you decided in the beginning that that's no longer something that you want to deal with, when if you keep them around, time you and whoever you're dating or you're dealing with have issues, 96% of people run back to their comfort zone because you're still in communication. And so now you're in a feeling of setting that if I was going to go through this, I might as well have stayed where I was. Or now where I used to be, see that I have moved on, so they've given me all the what could have been. I was in a relationship off and on, I must say, the last 3 years, and I've been trying to understand, like once that situation hit where it hit the rocks, I just don't understand others' loyalty compared to my loyalty sometimes. And that's not to say the way that they're living their life is incorrect. That is just, we have to learn to handle our position in people's lives. And sometimes in positions, even when you're working for a company, you can be promoted or demoted. And you must understand that even if you're demoted, that your new position is your new position in that person's life. And you must be able to handle that and understand that and face the truth of the fact that things aren't what they used to be. And then sometimes things excel and things go rapidly in a positive direction. And you have to be able to maintain that position too, and continue on that wave and continue on that train where every day is not going to be a happy, happy day, but you're supposed to be able to get through them. And if you don't face the truth of your position in that person's life or your role in the growth or the destruction of you two, you're never going to understand love, not even for this situation or for the next situation. There's a lot of people that, have been interested in dating me. I've been flattered. I never want to come off as though I'm being rude to anyone or I'm acting funny or don't think you can't do business with me either, because I don't miss business with pleasure, because I'm such a cool person. But I'm just that type of person. If my feelings for you are strong, I don't see nobody but you, even when I'm mad at you. I can be extremely mad at you, and all I'm thinking about is how mad I am at you, how you helped me on this level of even being this upset, this irate, this irritated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still mad how you don't understand what my feelings in it. I don't instantly go to, oh well, this not working. This person want me. Let me see what they're talking about. Because that's where trouble starts. I get on the phone with my friends and be like, I believe such and that's not good either, because you can't, it's good to talk to your friends, and then it's sometimes things that you just must work out as a couple on your own. I had to learn this too, because all advice is not good advice, and then privacy within a relationship is the best key Because once you open the door for others to be able to play a role in giving too much advice or overstepping their boundaries, disrespect come in. And now you or your partner are feeling disrespected from sides that should not even be allowed to take things there. Can you really handle the truth about the position that you have in someone's life? Sometimes we want to hear what we want to hear, so people tell us what we want to hear. But those people may do have feelings for you or have a little love for you. But when a person is dealing with someone else or loving on someone else or, entertaining someone else or, it's more than just you, you can tell. You can tell. And if you really love someone, you are in tune with them. Their movement affects your vibe, your energy. Spiritually, you're just at an unease state. You can't understand the feeling that you can't shake, handle your position in a person's life. In love I've lost and in love I've gained. And the reason why I say that is because although we may not be together, each one of my relationships have taught me something not only about love, about how to try to go about my next situation, but it is also teaching me something about me and facing the truth of me. I love hard and I'm very loyal. So when I feel like things going wrong, I become obsessed with trying to get to the bottom of finding the truth so that I won't feel like I'm just crazy or making myself crazy, so that I can know which direction to go from here. Because there's no in between with me. I may linger on until I get the confirmation that I need, but once I get the confirmation, there's no in between. I either love all of you or I just don't want to deal in that way. I've been able to be honest, been around two of my exes the last year, and I don't even look at them the same because it's either all or nothing. And when you are in love with somebody else, there's nothing that you can do with somebody of your past because you only see your present and your future. You only see making that person that you're into happy. You only see their smile being enhanced. You know what I'm saying? If your past really was worth anything, it wouldn't be your past, it'll still be your current. So why even go down that road and allow them to destroy something you're trying to build when you wasn't even able to build it with them successfully? I don't know. Love is funny, you guys. I tell you all the time. Love and relationships, those are powerful, powerful bonds. And love does not make a fool out of no one. There's an old saying, love makes a fool out of you. No, it doesn't. Stop allowing people to make you feel that you're foolish because you're bonding or you're into someone that you love heavily. Because when they fall for who they fall for, there's nothing you're going to be able to tell them. If your heart says it's a go, let it be a go. And in a relationship, it's called compromise, listening to one another. Stop always being so quick to be defensive, to defend something when others are only telling you their opinions on how they feel about what's going on in a relationship. Communication is not blaming. Communication is expressing one's feelings so that the other party can gain understanding and try to rectify the mistakes or the actions that they are doing that is giving the other person those vibes of feeling the way they are. This has been an awesome show. I know it's 19 minutes. I really have been working on this guest speaker so that we can go inside the ATL plug and take calls as we do this next segment. It's going to be me and my homeboy, and we're going to be talking love relationship from the woman's point of view, from the man's point of view, from me, someone who dates women, my point of view on how I feel dating in the LGBTQ community has been for me since doing so since 2015. My plans for the future. Who do I see myself with? What direction do I see myself going? And right now, I'm really stuck in limbo on things that are currently going on or currently around me with someone that I'm dealing with that I have strong feelings for, because when you love somebody, you know when things aren't right. You just know. And right now, something is not right. And so, therefore, once I get to the understanding within myself of what mentally I've already faced, I've already accepted. Once my heart can accept what my mind has already accepted, I think the direction that I'm getting ready to go is going to shock everyone. But it's not going to be in a negative way, because right now it's all about growth with me. It's all about growth. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Cheyenna's B Podcast. We would love for you guys too. My boutique, where I have branded Classic and Thick. We have the tights, the workout, the socks, the t-shirts, the sweater, the fleece. We're going to be selling little jewelry items and hair and lashes, which will be by my daughters. Hair by Raya, lashes by Leah. I'm very excited. So you can follow us on Instagram, Classy and Thick Boutique. And also Charlotte's Hope is our nonprofit organization, 5013, where we assist with students and kids and families that have children that are battling ADHD and mild autism. I want to thank you guys for all the support that you guys have been giving me, giving my businesses. And this is an adult show, so you guys should not have no issue with what I'm about to say. You can start purchasing sex toys from my sex website, Shaylicious, Toys by Shaylicious. And my correspondent from the company that I am going through, the vendors and stuff that I'm going through, and we're working currently on the website. It was supposed to launch last week. We still got some tweaks, because once they showed me the final, I wasn't completely satisfied. But my new brand is Toys, a Great Time, Toys by Shaylicious. Where you can purchase sex toys, vibrators, deodorants, the horse seats, the sex games, different things, videos online. It's a drop store. You guys will be able to go straight to the website, instantly purchase your items. It'll automatically drop into the drop cart. Once you purchase, everything will be solely attached with a tracking number sent out to you guys. I thank you for so much support. It's so many beneficial things that I'm doing right now. It's just for the better of a lot of things. And with this podcast, I am really thrilled and really excited to be able to talk and communicate about love. Without love, we really have nothing. And that's the honest truth. And most people who say that they are happy with being alone have learned to love themselves and enjoy their own company, but they're not in love with being alone. They do desire that bond. They just have found that part of them that they know their worth now, and so they will not tolerate anything lesser than what they deserve. Love is to be felt. It's an action. It shows. Your words can tell me anything, but your actions show me it all. So don't forget, if you got something special, hold on to it. Hold on to it. Because some things that lost will never be able to be regained or found. You guys have an awesome day, and thank you for tuning in to the Shayanna's B podcast show, Love and Relationships. You guys hold on and hug on to your significant other. This is some wonderful weather. Crack the window, watch a great movie, and do not forget that Coming to America 2, it airing tomorrow. I know so many couples and everyone is getting together and watching it. I will be at home. I'm planning on cooking. I'm going to start cooking earlier that day. But if not, if I don't get around to it, because I do have a few errands to run, it will be takeout and Coming to America. I hope you guys have fun. Be safe out there for the All-Star weekend. Please wear your mask, even if you have to wear 2 masks or 1 mask and the glass face protector cap that they use at the hospitals. Please protect yourself. The COVID, right now, they're saying that it's really at its strongest. A lot of you guys are feeling as if it has went away. It has not. We are still battling this issue. This pandemic has been one serious one. For the fact that Congress is in the Democrats, the senators are speaking on trying to get a 4th stimulus out there, lets you know that although they are trying to rush things back to the norm, it's not going to be back normal anytime soon. And they know that the assistance are going to be needed. And with my nonprofit organization, we assisted a lot of families. We did. And this was something that I decided to do because this pandemic hit so hard. Our nonprofit organization is a mentoring program and a big brother, big sister program to assist our students and families that have kids with ADHD and mild autism to give them the extra work. We are now vendors and partners with the Cobb County school systems as well. There's a lot going on, a lot of changes with us. So the financial resource part is a part that I decided to do. It was not with grant money. It was not with money that was received from the government. It was not. It was from the heart. It was from me. It was from my savings. It was from me getting out here and busting my butt as an entrepreneur to do what it needs to be done in order to make my company represent what they stand for. And that is unity of our community and bringing our community together and gaining more understanding on what it is ADHD and mild autism does to the kids to affect the family as well. Because if your child is affected, you as a parent is affected, the household is affected. We have to make different schedules and routines to accommodate our special babies. Our busy brains is what I call them. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, remember, face the truth of what you know your position is. Anybody who loves you and wants you is going to spend time with you, make time for you, come to you, come get you, come take you away, come spend that quality time you need, especially if you're someone who doesn't ask for nothing. You deserve it all. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about that attention. I'm talking about that cuddling. I'm talking about that bond. You deserve the truth. You deserve the loyalty. Never forget that. And never tilt your crown so that someone else can be able to tilt their head or lift their head up against you. Never. Always know your value. Always know who you are. Always know the love that you give and the love that you deserve. And you will never again have to question anything or have to face the truth of something that you already know. You already know. One thing about a lie, stick out like a sore thumb. One thing about movements, it tells everything. The federal government, how they catch a lot of criminals, movement. change in movement, a change in movement, pattern. It's the same way as a relationship. Your significant other love you. Yeah, it's gonna be like you dealing with Inspector Gadget because they want to know who got their person that they love attention. So yeah, they're gonna want to know. Yeah, they're gonna look to see. Yeah, they're gonna want to find. Some of the same people that said that they don't go through phones to do this, and that, they go through it. Once they get in their feelings about you, they do. They do. Because they want to make sure there's nobody else there but them. Whether they get caught going through it or not, they will. So just know, love is easy. Love is easy to fall into. But once that person falls out of love with you, the hardest thing is to get back a winner when they feel like you lost them chasing a loser. Enjoy your night. You guys tune back in 2 days on Friday. We will have an awesome show for you guys. Thank you for tuning in.